The city zoo was big. It had many animals. From the moment you stepped through the gates, you were greeted by a world of wonder and excitement. The zoo was a sprawling expanse, meticulously designed to house a diverse array of creatures from all corners of the globe. Each enclosure was a miniature habitat, carefully crafted to mimic the natural environments of its inhabitants. The pathways were lined with lush greenery, and the air was filled with the sounds of chirping birds and rustling leaves. It was a place where the wonders of the animal kingdom came to life, offering visitors a chance to connect with nature in a profound way. People came to see the lions roar. The lion enclosure was one of the most popular attractions. As you approached, you could hear the deep, resonant roars echoing through the air. The lions, with their majestic manes and powerful presence, were a sight to behold. Visitors would gather around the enclosure, their eyes wide with awe and excitement. The lions would often put on a show, roaring and pacing, displaying their strength and dominance. It was a thrilling experience, one that left a lasting impression on everyone who witnessed it. They watched the giraffes reach high. The giraffe enclosure was another favorite among visitors. These gentle giants, with their long necks and graceful movements, were a marvel to watch. They would stretch their necks to reach the highest leaves, their tongues deftly plucking the foliage. Children would giggle in delight, pointing and exclaiming as the giraffes nibbled on the leaves. It was a serene and captivating sight, one that showcased the beauty and elegance of these magnificent creatures. But the most popular were the monkeys. They were very clever. The monkey enclosure was always bustling with activity. These playful primates were the stars of the zoo, captivating visitors with their antics and intelligence. They would swing from branch to branch, chase each other around, and engage in all sorts of mischievous behavior. Visitors would laugh and cheer, their faces lighting up with joy as they watched the monkeys at play. It was a lively and entertaining spectacle, one that never failed to draw a crowd. The monkeys lived on an island. The Monkey Island was a unique and fascinating habitat. Surrounded by a moat, it provided a safe and secure environment for the monkeys to thrive. The island was lush and green, with plenty of trees and rocks for the monkeys to explore. It was a little paradise, a place where the monkeys could live and play in peace. A moat circled the island. It kept them safe. The moat was an ingenious design, serving as both a barrier and a protective feature. It kept the monkeys safe from predators and prevented them from wandering off. The water was clear and clean, reflecting the sunlight and adding to the beauty of the island. Visitors would often stand by the edge of the moat, watching the monkeys with fascination and admiration. They had trees to climb. The trees on the island were tall and sturdy, providing the perfect playground for the monkeys. They would climb to the highest branches, swinging and leaping with agility and grace. It was a joy to watch, a testament to the monkeys' natural abilities and playful spirit. They had rocks to sit on. Life was good. The rocks provided a place for the monkeys to rest and relax. They would lounge on the warm stones, basking in the sunlight and grooming each other. It was a peaceful and contented scene, a glimpse into the simple pleasures of monkey life. But the monkeys were very, very clever. Their intelligence was evident in everything they did. They would use tools, solve puzzles, and communicate with each other in complex ways. It was clear that these were not just ordinary animals, but creatures with a remarkable capacity for thought and understanding. The monkeys were a testament to the wonders of the animal kingdom, a reminder of the incredible diversity and complexity of life on Earth. These weren't just any monkeys, they were capuchin monkeys. Known for their remarkable intelligence and dexterity, capuchin monkeys have fascinated scientists and animal lovers alike for decades. Their small size belies their big brains and even bigger personalities. In the wild, they are often seen using tools, solving complex problems, and displaying behaviors that suggest a high level of social organization and cooperation. But what happens when these clever creatures are brought into captivity? Capuchin monkeys are known for their intelligence. They use tools, they solve problems. In their natural habitat, they have been observed using sticks to extract insects from tree bark, cracking open nuts with rocks, and even using leaves as makeshift cups to drink water. These behaviors are not just random acts. They are learned and passed down through generations, showcasing a level of cultural transmission that is rare in the animal kingdom. The zookeepers saw this every day. They were constantly amazed by the monkeys' ability to adapt and learn new tasks. The zookeepers would often spend hours observing the capuchins, taking notes on their behavior and trying to come up with new ways to keep them mentally stimulated. It was clear that these monkeys needed more than just food and shelter. They needed challenges to keep their minds sharp. They gave the monkeys puzzles. These weren't just any puzzles, but specially designed challenges that required the monkeys to think critically and use their problem-solving skills. The puzzles varied in complexity, from simple tasks like opening a box to retrieve a treat, to more intricate challenges that required multiple steps to solve. The zookeepers were always on the lookout for new and innovative ways to engage the capuchins' minds. The monkeys solved them quickly. It was as if no challenge was too great for these intelligent creatures. They would manipulate objects with their nimble fingers, using their keen sense of touch and spatial awareness to figure out the solutions. The speed and accuracy with which they completed the puzzles left the zookeepers in awe. It was a testament to the capuchins' incredible cognitive abilities. The zookeepers thought it was cute. They enjoyed watching the monkeys' antics and were often entertained by their clever solutions to the puzzles. The capuchins had a way of making even the most mundane tasks look like a fun game. Their playful nature and curious minds brought joy to everyone who worked with them. But beneath the surface, there was something more going on. They didn't know how clever the monkeys really were. While the zookeepers were busy marveling at the capuchins' problem-solving skills, the monkeys were observing them just as closely. The capuchins were not just passive recipients of the zookeepers' attention, they were active participants in a complex social dynamic. They watched the zookeepers' every move, learning their routines and habits. The monkeys watched the zookeepers. They learned their routines. They noticed when the zookeepers came to feed them, when they cleaned the enclosures, and when they brought new puzzles. The capuchins were always one step ahead, anticipating the zookeepers' actions and sometimes even outsmarting them. It was a game of wits, and the monkeys were winning. A plan started to form. The capuchins began to work together, using their collective intelligence to achieve their goals. They communicated with each other through a series of vocalizations and gestures, coordinating their actions and sharing information. It was a remarkable display of teamwork and strategic thinking. The zookeepers had no idea that they were dealing with such sophisticated minds. The capuchins were not just clever, they were brilliant. One day something was different. The zookeeper was late. He usually brought their food early. Today he wasn't there. The monkeys noticed. They chattered amongst themselves. Something was wrong. The head zookeeper came instead. He looked worried. He talked to the other zookeepers. The monkeys listened closely. They heard the words broken lock and tomorrow. This was their chance. As night fell, the monkeys gathered. They whispered in the canopy. The oldest monkey, Marco, had a plan. He had seen the broken lock. He knew this was their chance. He told the others what to do. They would use their strength. They would use their smarts. They would work together. They would escape. The moon was high, casting a silvery glow over the entire zoo. The air was still, and the only sounds were the occasional rustle of leaves and the distant call of a night bird. The zoo was quiet, almost eerily so. It was the perfect night for what was about to happen. Marco, the leader of the monkey troop, gave the signal. His eyes gleamed with determination and a hint of excitement. This was the moment they had been planning for weeks. A group of monkeys, their fur glistening under the moonlight, stealthily made their way to the edge of the moat. They moved with a purpose, their eyes scanning the surroundings for any signs of danger. The water in the moat shimmered, reflecting the moon's light, creating an almost magical scene. But the monkeys were not here to admire the beauty of the night. They had a mission. They started to make a bridge. They used branches, they used vines. Each monkey had a role to play. Some were responsible for gathering the materials, while others were in charge of weaving them together. The branches were thick and sturdy, perfect for the base of the bridge. The vines, long and flexible, were used to tie everything together. The monkeys worked in perfect harmony, their movements synchronized as if they had rehearsed this many times before. They used anything they could find, leaves, twigs, even pieces of discarded cloth. Every little bit helped. The ground was littered with potential building materials, and the monkeys were quick to spot and utilize them. Their hands moved swiftly, picking up items and passing them along the line. It was a well-oiled machine, each monkey knowing exactly what to do and when to do it. Another group found a loose rock. They pushed it hard. The rock was heavy, but the combined strength of the monkeys was formidable. They grunted and strained, their muscles bulging with the effort. Slowly the rock began to move. Inch by inch it rolled towards the edge of the moat. The monkeys' eyes were fixed on their goal, their determination unwavering. It fell into the moat. It made a splash. The water rippled outwards, the sound echoing in the still night air. But the bridge held. It was strong enough. The monkeys paused for a moment, their eyes wide with anticipation. Then one by one they began to cross. The bridge swayed slightly under their weight, but it held firm. The monkeys moved quickly, their hearts pounding with excitement. They were almost free. The night of the escape was unfolding, just as they had planned. Marco was the first to cross. He ran across the bridge. He reached the other side. He was free. The other monkeys followed. They were all so happy. They were free at last. They ran into the city. They didn't know where they were going, but they didn't care. They were free. Section 7, The City Awakens. The city was waking up. People were surprised. Monkeys were everywhere, on cars, in shops, even swinging from lampposts. The city had never seen anything like it. The monkeys were having fun. They ate bananas from shops. They played in the park. They even rode the carousel. But soon they started to feel tired and hungry. Section 8. Longing for home. The city was fun, but it wasn't home. The monkeys missed their island, they missed their trees, they even missed the zookeepers. They realized that freedom wasn't all it was cracked up to be. Marco saw the sadness in their eyes. He knew what they had to do. They had to go home. Section 9. Back to the zoo. It was easier to get back into the zoo than out. The zookeepers were happy to see them. They had been so worried. They fixed the broken lock. They made the moat bigger. They made sure the monkeys couldn't escape again. The monkeys were happy to be home. They learned their lesson. Freedom was important, but so was home and safety. Section 10. Lessons learned. The escape was big news. People talked about the clever monkeys. They talked about the importance of animal welfare. The zoo made changes. They gave the monkeys more space. They gave them more things to do. They wanted the monkeys to be happy. They knew that even monkeys deserved a good life.